What's going on, fitness coach? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives Make Money Online Trainer Podcast. It's your boy, Brian Markins. Today's episode, we're talking to my clients for pod chats. Without further ado, let's get right into it. What's up, Jasia? Tell me some wins.
Hey Brian, so my win is I made 5K last week, which was my goal. And I remember when my goal for the month was to make 5K, and I guess now I'm making it in a week, so it feels pretty surreal. So, and I signed two clients this morning, so the day started off pretty good too. I can't complain.
How can I be of service?
So my question is, yesterday I was on a sales call with this lady, and I got the objection that I didn't know how to handle, and she said she wanted to start in October because she's already doing another program. And so when I spoke to her in the DMs, she said she was doing something with her friend, so I asked her, like, do you want to continue doing that with your friend, or are you wanting support from like an actual coach? And she said she wanted the coaching program. So is that something I should have handled better in the DMs, or how would you have approached that?
So just to be super clear, she said she wanted to do it. She just wanted to start in October, correct?
Yes, yeah. And so I didn't know if I should take a deposit since it is so far away. Like I was just kind of confused because I've never gotten that objection that far out, especially.
Okay, so here's how I'd handle it. Let's role play. So yeah, Jasia, everything all included. The training, nutrition, and accountability is going to be $9.99 for 16 weeks.
Okay, that sounds good. I can definitely do that. I just want to make sure that I get started in October since I am already in another program.
Nice. I love it. So just to be super clear, finances aside, does the program sound like everything you're looking for?
Yeah, and the finances are fine too. I just want to do this whenever I finish up with what I'm currently doing.
Love. So you're on board with everything. You're 100% confident you're going to move forward. You just want to start in October. Is that right?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I have absolutely no issue with that. So let's start in October. The only thing is, I am 100% going to be increasing my rates within the next few weeks here. So if you're 100% sure you're going to start, you're 100% sure it's going to be in October. Why don't we do this, Jasia? Why don't we get down to $350 deposit right now? That way I can lock in the current rate of $999. Because if you come back in October, it's likely my program is going to be $1,500, and I wouldn't want you to pay the increased rate, especially since you're 100% you'd like to move forward. Does that work for you?
Okay, yeah, I can do that for sure.
Let's do it.
Okay, I never would have thought of that. So that's that's really good info.
Yeah.
I never think of that. Okay.
So yes, confirmation of yes. So like I do a tie down, double. So program sounds amazing. Yes, you're 100% forward. You're going to move forward. Yes, and then I'm like, I agree with her. Let's start in October, and then let's get a $350 deposit to secure the rate.
Okay. I just felt like $100 wasn't enough to like
Agreed.
enough buy-in to make them come back. So that's why I didn't know how to navigate it. But that makes sense. Thank you so much, Brian. That's the only question I had.
You're welcome. Congratulations on all your recent success. Keep it up.
Appreciate you.
Peace. Marilyn, are we Marilyn plus baby now?
Yes, she is right here,
Oh,
sleeping.
that's so cool. I love that.
Yes, I know
Congratulations.
you're gonna. I was kind of smiling at you. I'm like, I know your wife is pregnant, but just wait till you have the baby.
I know.
You'll get me a
Yeah,
little bit more.
I know. That's funny.
But I'm back and just wanted to like I'm back in getting slowly into my routines, and the main thing right now for me would be just like keeping up with my content, and I wanted to just be real with you because I'm like I really feel like I don't have a lot of time to be like creating content right now, like talking and going through the modules when I barely have time to like keep up with my clients right now, right? And the
Hmm.
good thing is like I've been getting a lot of leads, like not a lot of leads, but I sold three people last week. I sold somebody yesterday. I got three calls booked for this week, and so things are moving. But I wanted to just kind of get some like advice from you and like what are some things or how can I go about my content right now? What I was thinking on doing is just doing a lot of like just recording what I'm doing right now because obviously I'm up 15 pounds, so I want to lose that and kind of like going through my journey as a new mom, which is the people that I serve. And I feel like it will be very they will connect with what I'm going through right now. So I was thinking on just focusing on that for now and adding some things that can be of value, but would do like a carousel thing. What are your thoughts on that?
I love that. I also think that you should just do a lot of 6-second B-roll videos with text on screen and captions because those are very, very easy to do and they're easy to bust out. Right. Like if you
Mhm.
don't have a lot of time right now, like that's not the ideal scenario for content creation. But like also, if you don't have a lot of time right now, then I would 100% be doing that and I wouldn't be stressed about it. So carousels, updating your journey, and 6-second B-roll videos where you could like, you could do nutrition videos, training videos. They're like you can literally just record yourself making breakfast and then do a 6-second B-roll video about like weight loss program for women, like how to, burn body fat as a woman with your nutrition plan, da da da. So you can just do
Yeah.
6-second videos.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking on doing. Then I just wanted to kind of like get because I talked to Janelle and that's what she recommended as well.
Yeah.
And then she said that she's open on kind of looking at what I'm doing. and just giving me some feedback on Tuesdays on her call. So I'll just do that.
Cool. I love it. And just letting you know you're a powerhouse. I just went to your Instagram and just like posting every day while you're pregnant. You're a beast. I love it.
Thanks. Trying. All right.
Yeah.
Have
Okay.
a good one. Thank
Appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye. Robin Bryn, what's going on? Tell me some wins.
We signed 21 people up for our 14-day challenge.
Almost 20, but we're going to push it up to 30, 40, hopefully. So
Nice.
it's on second day, so we got lots of time. So
Yeah.
that's
Oh, yeah.
dope. And a new client signing up tonight. So that's fantastic. Question. We have a pretty cool opportunity over here. One of my friends reached out that works for this company called, what is it called? Terra.
I don't know.
Anyways, it's a construction company that they do soil testing and stuff like that. There are about 500 employees.
Yep.
And he called me that he wants us to be on their benefits, for the company benefits, so they can sign up their employees with us. So again, pretty huge opportunity. Like we're looking at least 50 potential clients that would sign up like within 6 months if I can work out a deal with them. So with that being said, I'm just thinking like, how should I approach this? Because I have to create kind of like a presentation so they can show it to the boss to see if that works for them. Would you create should I create a new program for them and kind of like sell them, or just give them a little bit of a discount on the program that we already have?
Yeah, it depends. So who did you have the conversation with?
With the guy that's building, he's basically, his role is to like bring new systems into the company, and he wants to like, he's the guy that's gonna, he's a friend of mine, so he knows me pretty well. So he's gonna take whatever I bring him and like push it to the boss, because he decides how much money they're gonna spend on it.
Yeah. So before I draft up anything, you need to figure out what they're working with. So like, since he's your friend, this is how I would approach it, Rob, is because you don't want to undersell yourself.
Of course.
Is I would call him and I'd be like, okay, so like I want to design something custom for you guys, but I just want to know like budget wise per employee, like what are we looking at? Because like I don't want to design you something and then you're like, oh, that's way too far out of reach. And I also don't want to design you something that's like, you know, cookie cutter, hands off, where you're like, that's not even valuable. So I just want to be transparent. Like, what are you guys working with budget wise, just so I can design something that like is actually going to work for you, and I'm not designing you something that you're not even going to use or need.
Okay.
So like I would figure out their budget first before I design anything.
Okay.
Then once you know what they're looking for, then I would bring a proposal, because like they might have a $75,000 budget.
Right.
If they have a $75,000 budget, then fuck that. We're not making anything cheaper. But they might also have like a $200 budget per employee. So it's like once we identify what exactly it is that they have and they're working with, and I would just, since he's your friend, I would just like, the way that I'd approach a conversation is like, I don't want to design something that's like, you know, like that just is outside of your guys' budget and you're like, no fucking way. I also don't want to design something that's like cookie cutter that you guys are not even going to get value from. So I want to I want to create a custom solution to meet your needs, because you're my friend and I care about your company and I care about you guys. So like, what are you guys working with budget wise per employee, just so I can understand what kind of program I would need to design for you guys to make it make sense for both of us.
Nice.
Yep.
Perfect. Cool. Yeah, that's great.
That's step one.
I was gonna get going and start writing shit down. I was like, wait a second.
What am I
over here?
I would definitely work. Yeah, you want to figure out what they're working with first, and then once you figure out what they're working with, then you can design something for them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because it's a pretty huge opportunity. They have about 500 employees, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
that's all we got, man.
Even like 500 times 100 is a big opportunity.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this turns out, but yeah, it's looking pretty good.
Cool. I love it, bro.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Peace out. You're welcome, guys. Peace out. Bye. Corey Story, tell me some wins, bro.
So you told us to go boost a post last week, and I was just like, fuck yeah, I don't want to go spend more money. But then I did it because I was like, I'm gonna listen to Brian because he's always right. And I'm up 600 followers on IG. So from one boosted post. So that's a nice win, bringing in some other people. And it's like tripled my engagement on my stories. People are like voting on all my polls. So just signed a client today, signed another client the other day. I don't know, just like life's life, and just doing good things.
I love that mindset. You know, it's funny. I literally told my mentor today, I was like, if you told me to chew on glass, I would do it. And like, I don't know why I would do it, but I would do it because you told me to. So I like that mindset, bro.
Yeah, I surrender to the process, because like when I do that, I get out of my way and I just get shit done.
You're like, I don't want to fucking do this, but I'm gonna do it. Now we signed.
I was like, okay,
we're up 600 followers, so we're like, I'm just gonna keep doing that. That's great.
Yeah, I was like flatlined for like 2 months.
That's great. I love that for you.
Yeah, so that's good. I've been posting every day, so that's good. I've been hitting DMs every day, so that's good. I've started taking on like selective VIP clients because I do like somatic breakthrough processes with people. And I'm working at like I've been trying to figure out how to structure that and structure like a roadmap into it because I don't want to just take anyone into it. It's something I want to have a client go through the program, get some results. I get to know them. I know that they're going to put in the work and then bring them on as a VIP client where we do like a somatic breakthrough process and releasing limiting beliefs and negative emotions. And so I wanted to pick your brain about like how to kind of structure that.
Cool. I love it. So first things first is what would like an ideal client for a somatic breakthrough be like? Have you clearly defined that?
So it's someone who is coachable, someone who follows direction, someone who is open to changing their behaviors and is looking for solutions rather than excuses. And someone who has shown like a progression of changing at least one of their beliefs slightly. You know, if they've been stuck in their beliefs and like they've got the same excuse every fucking week, I don't want to like pull teeth with someone that doesn't want to change.
Got it. Okay. So what I would do, step number one, Corey, is to clearly identify the ideal client that you're looking for the somatic breakthrough process, because then as you're coaching people, you can literally be looking for like ideal clients. As an example, like when I have a VIP offer, Corey, it's $50K to work with me for 6 months right now. It's currently closed because Kirsten's pregnant. That's besides the point. But in order for somebody to qualify for VIP, they have to be making at least $30,000 a month in revenue. They have to be a member of the $1 Million Mastermind, and they have to be coachable, and they have to be the type of person that does exactly what you just said, which is like, I don't necessarily want to do this thing, but I'm going to do it because Brian said so. So those are my criteria for an ideal client for VIP. Does that make sense? So that's the first thing. Clearly define the criteria for VIP. The second thing is, do you know what the somatic breakthrough process roadmap looks like? Or are you looking to pick my brain on how you would design that process? Because I can help you with that. I just want to see where your head's at right now.
I mean, I'm still like working through it, but I've gone through the process with several people already.
Okay. Here's what I would do, bro. This is how I design all my programs, whether it's the Change Lives Academy, onboarding, Millionaire Mastermind, 10K Mastermind. This is how I design the process. Is I think to myself, okay, if ideal client came in from like, so I start with the start and the end. Okay. So this is how it works. I think about the ideal client coming in that we just clearly identified, the ideal client that's coming in. You got to figure out like where they're currently at. Okay. And then the next thing I want you to do, Corey, is I want you to think about the end goal. So I'll give you my example and then you can figure out this for yourself. So for me, when somebody comes into the 10K Mastermind, I would like them to graduate over $15,000 a month. If somebody hits $15,000 a month in the 10K Mastermind, I've successfully done my job. So $15,000 a month, a business that has about 40 to 50 clients, maybe they've got a support coach. If somebody graduates with those criteria, I've successfully done my job. So somebody comes in at 5K, graduates at 15. Then I think to myself, and this is where the mind map comes in, Corey, just pull up a Canva whiteboard document, or you could just do a mind map, like go to the dollar store and grab a giant piece of paper and then, or a whiteboard, whatever. And then you ask yourself, like, what are all the things that I would need to teach this person? And then you just start writing them all down. So I would need to teach them how to create better content. I would need to teach them sales mastery. I would need to teach them how to boost posts. I would need to teach them how to lead generate better. I would need to teach them the mindset behind hitting $15,000 a month. I would need to teach it, et cetera, et cetera. And just get all the things out that you need to teach them. Then I want you to create a timeline and I want you to ask yourself, okay, what's the most important thing to teach them first? Okay. And then after I taught them that, what will be the next thing I'd want to teach them? And then after that, what will be the next process in order to get to where they want to be? And then after that, what will be the next process? And then once you have these things organized, then ask yourself, does this sequential process actually make sense? Or should I teach them this before this? And then you'll move things around. And then once you've got that roadmap, that becomes your blueprint for your 12-week somatic program.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I've got a lot of that outlined already. I think I'm gonna go through and revamp it with this lens, and just like look at it again as a whole. I think the thing that I need to try to figure out is like the tangible, because like, you know, yours is like, okay, make $15,000 a month. And like with these breakthrough processes, it's more like, it's more of like an internal situation, trying to figure out how to make that like a tangible, you will have this by the end of this experience. Like, you know,
it's less about a tangible and more about an emotion. So like as an example, Cole and I just finished up our second round of mindset coaching. And when we work with clients for mindset coaching, you can't sell tangible because there's nothing tangible about mindset. It's like you can't sell tangible. I can only sell like the way that you're going to process emotions after the program. Daniel Vella was in the program. I can only sell you, you know, how you're going to feel and how you're going to respond to certain situations after the program. I can only sell you the way that you're going to feel about yourself after the program. I can only sell you like those things, right? So when you think about the tangible, Corey, you need to think about the intangible and then how it would manifest into the tangible. As an example, right? If somebody's stressed out, burnt out, overwhelmed, frustrated all the time, right? So if that person showed up and they fucking had, you know, an angry email come in, how would that person respond? Versus if somebody's happy, fulfilled, full of joy, full of life, believes in themselves, is confident, and they had an angry email come in, how would that person respond? And that's how you take something intangible and make it tangible, is you describe experiences that they would go through on a regular day-to-day basis, and you would describe them from two different lenses. One lens is how they're feeling right now. The other lens is through how they're going to feel. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. I'm glad I asked because I would have gotten caught up in the whole tangible thing, and I was like, I feel like I already had a solution, or I already had a vision, and then I would have gotten all like in my head about it. So perfect. The one other thing around that is I'm trying to figure out more ways to incorporate lessons or things around that, or basically hints at like, hey, there's also this VIP thing if you, for certain people that qualify, and like leading in with that language while I'm coaching my current clients.
It's easy. Do you do a mindset coaching call in your program?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you do your mindset coaching call, literally all you do is at the end of your call, be like, yo, by the way, if this spoke to you and you would like to work with me one-on-one with this type of stuff, specifically for your mindset, not just for the fitness, then just reach out to me and DM me the word VIP, and let's have a conversation about, you know, where you're currently at and see if you are, you know, see if you qualify to work with me one-on-one specifically for your mindset, because that is something that I offer.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Cool. Anything else?
Oh,
that's all.
One other thing, that polo looks great on you.
And oh, thanks,
baby. I'm super excited for your family.
Thanks, bro. One other thing, I like you. Second thing I was gonna say is with VIP as well. Something I'll do is I'll headhunt. So if somebody's like a really fucking good fit for VIP, and I think they should be in VIP, like if I've got somebody in the Millionaire Mastermind that's doing like 70 to 80 grand a month, where I'm like, I'm 100% confident I can help this person scale to 150, I'll headhunt them. So I'll send them a voice note and be like, yo, like, I don't know why you're not in VIP. And they're like, what's VIP? And then bam.
Okay, perfect. Can I also am a little hung up on like where I should kind of price range this, because I have some people that I'm doing this with, but I'm not charging them enough for it right now. And
I'll show you. So is it like a 30-minute session per month? Is that how it works?
It's
per week, sorry.
It's an hour or twice a month.
Oh, hour twice a month. Okay. How much are you making per month right now?
I'm making like this month's gonna be better, but
what are you gonna make this month?
I'm probably gonna make I'm gonna say 10 this month. 10K.
10,000. Okay. How many hours do you work a week? Be honest. I don't care. I'm not judging you.
I honestly don't have that number off the top of my head, but every
ballpark.
Day, at least like I would say at least 60 hours a week.
60? You're a fucking psychopath. 240. Okay. $41 an hour times 2 times 4. That's technically what it should be. An extra 330. I would say an extra $400 a month would be the bare minimum that I would do for this.
Okay.
What are you charging right now?
Well, I just sold someone into the VIP because she reached out to me about it. And basically, I basically added on like 700 for the 6 weeks paid in full. I mean, 6 months paid in full.
Holy fuck, that's it?
Yeah. I know like
it should be closer to $2,000.
Well, it's 2,200 total
for 6 months.
So for like the 6 months, but she's going to do fitness, nutrition, and then also the breakthrough process.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. The breakthrough process is an extra $2,000.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's kind of what I was thinking is like around that price range. Like I was like 35.
If they were gonna do training and nutrition, you could do it for like, your training and nutrition is 2,200 for 6 months.
It's 1,500.
1,500. Okay, so 1,500 for 6 months. If they're gonna do training and nutrition, if they want training, nutrition, and a somatic experience, it's 3,500.
Okay, cool. That's like literally what I was thinking.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Yadira, what's up? Tell me some wins.
Hello. Some wins. Things are slowly getting better from the last time I spoke to you. I signed 3 clients since we last spoke. Yeah, I think I want to. So 3 clients since we last spoke, and I feel like there was another win that I'm blanking on. I don't remember what the other win is. That I've been since the event, since Kirsten's or her presentation specifically, I have been like really, really authentic on social media. Like I feel like I already was, but now I've been like telling like deep dark secrets that I've never told before, that I'm even getting like family reaching out to me about. Like, so it's good and bad in the sense of like it's opening up a lot of conversations in my personal life, but it's good because I'm getting a lot of people like reaching out to me saying they resonate more and like understand why I take like fitness so serious and stuff like that. So that's been pretty cool. My last post I just read post right now from Michael, but I have two questions. So my first one is on content.
Yep.
I'm kind of going through like a content shift right now in terms of like I don't resonate, or I wasn't resonating anymore, and I wasn't enjoying the content that I was making anymore. So it kind of put a halt in like what I was posting. I started to just mainly post like some reposts, and then obviously sprinkling in like the before and afters, like we spoke about, because I did still want to obviously increase my sales.
Mhm.
But in terms of like new content, I was struggling in terms of like what to do, and so I think in my own like creation process, I've been realizing that I want to make it more towards what I actually enjoy and care about in terms of fitness. So like when I started my fitness coaching program, it was with the blend of like, obviously you know this, that I was a therapist before. And so I do a lot of mindset work in my program.
Mhm.
And a lot of my clients, they do talk about like the reason they resign with me is mainly because of the mindset work. Obviously like the nutrition and stuff like that is helpful, but they loved specifically the calls, the mindset shifts and all that stuff. And that's what I genuinely enjoy to speak about. Like I love talking about those things, but I know that mindset talk could be boring on social media or not sell as much. But that is what I enjoy talking about and what I enjoy like creating about. I'm just curious on like how can I start to incorporate that more, because I wanted to relay more of what's in my program. People come into my program and don't even know that I have that much mindset stuff until they come into it, because I don't talk about it at all in my content, but that's what I actually enjoy speaking about.
Mindset can be sellable through content if you're telling stories while you're explaining mindset. So here's what's boring when you're talking about mindset. If you're like, you need to stay disciplined in order to be consistent, that's fucking boring, right? Nobody likes that. But if you say to yourself, and if you say on social media, in 2019, I hated the person that I saw in the mirror because I wasn't showing up for myself. And my definition of showing up for myself is I was sleeping in every single day. I was doing this, I was doing this, I was doing this. And a lot of my clients, when they come to me, feel the exact same way. And the reason that I wasn't doing that is because I didn't love myself. And then we get into the mindset. So mindset can sell if mindset's attached to a story. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
So
talking about like where like the habits still that kind of like led from my shitty mindset to put into the least, or like in simple terms, and
yeah,
then how the habits have changed in my fitness life because I've changed my mindset.
because if you just talk like be consistent, stay disciplined, be happy, like people aren't going to resonate with that because number one, it's not concrete. They can't grip onto it tangibly. This comes back to the same conversation that I just had with Corey. We have to give them something that they can tangibly grip onto. And if we can tangibly grip onto what they're thinking by telling a story where they relate to that story, that's why your connection content's been doing really well, because you're telling stories about shit that actually happened to you. So like if we can tell stories about experiences that we've had, and like, let's say you have a concept that you want to, this is how I do Mentorship Mondays, Yadira, is let's say I want to teach a concept and the concept is burn the boats. In order for me to teach that concept, I'll think about a story that relates to that concept. And then I'll tell the story that relates to that concept. And then I'll teach the concept and then I'll reference back to the story. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So like an analogy to kind of like paint the picture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So think about what you want to teach and then ask yourself what stories in your life have or can relate to that. And then talk about that in your content and open the video with the story. Don't open the video with the mindset.
Okay. And then how would you make like, because obviously like I know we always speak about nutrition videos should be like in the kitchen, gym videos should be in the gym. So like how can I incorporate mindset stuff, or like how should I think about like the overall concept of the video itself in terms of like the creation process?
Well, I think when you're doing mindset videos, it can be more organic. Like you're just talking to the camera, right?
Okay.
Like when you're talking about storytelling and mindset, like I view that as like you're just sitting, you can be sitting in your car, you can be like sitting like with a lamp right beside you, like that's more like you're just telling a story, and that could be more organic. And if you're going to give nutrition advice, be in the kitchen, fitness advice, be in the gym. But yeah, I think that can be more just organic, like anywhere you are going for a walk.
Okay. All right. So it shouldn't be like too like, not like, I wouldn't say like scripted, but too like edited, or too, it should be a little bit
Correct.
more.
Yep.
Okay. All right, cool. And then the second question that I have is, well, actually, before I go to that, how, because I'm still, again, still trying to sprinkle in the before and afters, because they have been actually helping. A lot more calls have been getting booked, a lot more just like lead generation in general. So I am still trying to sprinkle that in as well. How often would you say that I can start sprinkling in and testing in some of like my mindset videos or mindset?
30% of your content, because it's something you're passionate about.
Okay. Okay. And then I don't know if you would know how to answer this, but like, how can I include, like, I don't know if this really works. I guess the storytelling is probably the biggest thing, but would it be worth to find ways to include that my old profession was a therapist, to give like my mindset stuff more validity? Or should I just try to really sell it within like my storytelling and then kind of let that be?
Why don't you do a connection post that's like a swipe over carousel, and then have that connection post of you being a therapist pinned to the top of your profile?
Okay.
Boom. Now everyone knows you're a therapist.
That definitely makes sense and very simple. All right, cool. Well, thank you. My quick other second question is, it's about my community. And so I want to say back in June, June, I changed my community from WhatsApp to Trainerize, because I just wanted to simplify the process and put everybody into like one app. However, my community engagement completely went down, completely dropped. No matter what I try, no matter how many times I try to write in, telling people, even the new people, like telling them to come in. I have like a community engager specifically, that like somebody who I coach for a much lower price, but and then they engage in my program, and they specifically are like they're one of the only ones that respond there. Even with like inviting new people, it's just been terrible. So I am thinking again of changing. I was talking to Maximus, and he was telling me and showing me about like the school community, how much cheaper it's gotten. You're not a fan of it.
No, I don't think if you change again, you're gonna.
And that's exactly so. And that's exactly why I wanted to speak to you, because I'm like, I literally just made this change, and I made it seem like it was a value add going to this, and then it went down, and then I'm like, I don't want to do another one and then shoot myself in the ass. Like,
what you work with women, right?
Yeah.
Women, are they like, what do they buy? Are they like fucking Lululemon? Are they like, Alpha Lee? Like, what kind of fitness clothes do they buy?
I think that's a great question. I want to say a lot of my girls buy probably like Gymshark, Owner Active, things like that. Owner Active.
Okay, so for the next, from now until October 15th, you're gonna do an engagement challenge in your group, and you're gonna give away a $250 gift card to the client that shows up consistently and engages in the Trainerize chat. All they got to do is show up and engage in the community, and you're just incentivizing them, and you're reminding them to go back to the chat consistently over and over again. Because essentially what you have to do is you have to train them to do a new habit, right? Right now, they're not in the habit of using the community, and like they were used to using WhatsApp. Now they're not using WhatsApp. So like it's like you gotta basically sell them on it, for lack of a better term. You gotta sell them on it. If you change communities again.
Yeah, and that's why I have it.
Yeah.
I looked at it like a couple of weeks ago, but I'm like, I just feel like it's
right now your community is selling you that they don't engage, and you got to sell them to engage. And one of the best ways that we ever do it is whenever we do the CLA challenge, the I'm Here challenge, y'all go fucking crazy because everybody wants to win. Everyone's like, oh fuck, all right, I want to win some shit. Let's fucking go. All of a sudden, bam, everyone's fucking coming out of the woodworks, fucking posting their wins and shit.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
Think about something they would want.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have the best day ever. And Katie, hell yeah, I want $1,000 USD. Exactly. You guys just want money. All right. Can't buy you guys fucking Alpha Leaf gift cards. You're like, give me some money, dog. Somebody just mentioned Brian has the quick fire answers. I have exciting news for you guys. Right now, I'm building out like a Brian Mark version of AI. We spent a lot of money, and we're putting literally thousands of hours. We took every YouTube video I've ever done, every podcast I've ever done, all my coaching calls, and we put it into a Brian Mark AI. So we're going to be rolling that out for you guys soon. It's going to be available for clients only. So if you guys like those quick fire answers, get ready, because you're going to be able to ask fucking BMark AI anything at any time pretty soon. What's up, Victor? How you doing? Tell me some wins.
Going on, B? How we doing?
I'm doing great. BI. That's fucking funny, Corey. Tell me some wins, bro.
So I started a 14-day challenge this week, and that went pretty well. So I signed up about a little over 20 clients in it. And then from that, I signed on like about two clients into the actual program, and then have like 5 more follow-up calls booked this week. So that's pretty good. But I had a question for you, bro. I wanted to start posting more on not just Instagram, but across all platforms. I want to start posting 2 times a day. I wanted to know One, what's your cadence like, or do you schedule out your posts in advance, or how far in advance? And also, what are your thoughts on using a third party software to schedule out and post across all platforms? Does that mess with the engagement or the algorithm or anything like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So a few things. Number one, never use scheduler apps. No matter what anybody says, they will always decrease engagement. I've found that
Okay.
across the board. Two
Okay.
is never schedule posts because they will always decrease engagement. I found that across the board. The most
Mm,
useful thing that you'd want to do if you wanted to like do the work in advance, Victor, would be to get all your posts ready and just have them in drafts.
mm,
So if you wanted to like prepare them in advance, get all your posts ready, have them in drafts. And then what I did when I was getting into the habit of posting consistently is now I just do it automatically. Like I don't even think about it. Like I automatically post XYZ times per day. But when
right.
I was getting into the habit of it, I set aside, like I would put a calendar reminder for myself every day at 9 p.m. and 3 p.m. PST. And when that timer would go off, I'd go open my social media and I'd post. That is a significantly more effective way to do it than scheduling or using schedulers, because if you do use schedulers, your engagement will for sure go down 100%.
Really? Okay. What about, so do you, even across other platforms, do you do all your posting?
I do all my posting for Instagram. When I was doing twice a day, I was doing all my posts for all the platforms. But right now, I do all my posts for Instagram, and then my team posts everything else.
Do you remember how long that kind of took you to post twice a day on all platforms?
Well, it was Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and it was the same video. So
Oh, okay.
like it would be the same video on all platforms. So it would take me like 5 to 7 minutes, honestly.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. That was my only question then. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for being my client. Hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
Peace. What's up, Drew? Tell me some wins, bro. 911 Drew.
Yo, sorry, brother. My camera just broke yesterday, so it's kind of blurry.
Making $20,000 a month doesn't have an operational camera. People are gonna think I'm a scam, bro. This guy doesn't even have a camera that works, dog.
No, I was waiting for the new iPhone to drop today, so now I can go get the new one.
Nice.
So a couple wins. I got a paid in full today, and I got two paid in fulls on Monday. So we're having a pretty good week, and we still got some calls booked for the week, for the rest of the week. So happy about that.
What do we have for the month?
Right now we're about 12 for the month.
Hey, we're on pace for 25, bro. Come on.
Trying, bro. I'm trying.
I love it. How can I be of service, big dog?
Couple questions, brother. First one. So right now, like the way that I market myself and the way that and what's on my Instagram, it says police officer fitness coach.
Yep.
Obviously signifies I train law enforcement officers. However, I do also coach first responders as well, just kind of like fire, EMT, things like that, but just not as much. Is it worth changing anything like within my marketing or within my posts and stuff to start saying first responders more, or should I target it more towards law enforcement because I was law enforcement and that's pretty much 95% of my clientele?
95% of your clientele is law enforcement. I would not change a thing.
Okay, so just stick with everything law enforcement.
Yeah, I'm going to show you one of my clients in the MDM. He's fucking crushing it right now. He just grown by 100,000 followers in the last month.
Nice. I follow this guy.
Yeah, his name's Mitch. He's in the MDM right now. And yeah, he gets a lot of first responders that work with him as well. But as you can see, he's the firefighter fitness coach. He does get a ton of first responders that come in because it's like first responders are going to resonate with this type of content regardless, right? And so I do not think that you should change your niche, especially if 95% of the people that are your clientele are police officers. I think it would be a disadvantage. It's kind of like for me, like 99% of my clients are online fitness coaches, but I do work with some real estate agents on the side or, realtordr.com on the side. So if I change my bio to say like, I'll help you grow your online coaching business, like immediately personal trainers would come to my page and they'd be like, oh, so you don't coach fitness coaches anymore? So you need to make sure that you keep that specialty because I think that gives you an edge.
Okay, perfect. Next question. So I got invited to a sheriff department, like a live event next month. Technically, it's not free. It's like $300 to get like a spot over there. Pretty much just kind of market myself. It's a big event for the entire county where they go in. It's all law enforcement focused. Do you think that's worth going to? Do live events work very well? What are your thoughts on that?
With your demographic, absolutely yes. That would be a great idea. 100% yes, that would be a great idea. And like you would just have to think about like what you could give at that event that would be valuable. So like what are they? Like, who's the demographic that you're going after and what could you give at that event that would be valuable? I would almost like have like highlight reels on your TV. It'd be cool to have highlight reels on your TV of like different, because like you'd want to have something where people were drawn in, right? So if you had highlight reels on your TV of like some of the videos that you're posting on Instagram and it was just like a 10-minute video that just looped, and it was all together, because like the videos that you post on Instagram, grab your most viral content and post it on the TV. I think that would be fucking crazy. And then people come, they would scan a QR code. I think QR code could be for like a free meal plan or a free training plan, like free meal plan, scan here, free training plan, scan here. And then they would just have your name, email, and Instagram handle, and then you would send them.
Perfect.
But yes, because think about it. Is it like a drive away or fly away?
What do you mean?
Like this is the conference, is it close to you or do you have to fly?
Oh no, it's like 20 minutes away.
Oh yeah. So yeah, no travel cost, $300 for the booth. If you sign 5 clients, how much money would you make from that?
Yeah, for sure. A lot more than that.
Yeah. Even if you signed 1 client.
Yeah, still.
Plus now all of a sudden you put your name out there, and even if nobody buys, but there's 300 people there, and now 300 people know that you're the coach for law enforcement officers. Immediately when any of them are looking for a fitness coach, you know, they're going to go back to their buddies and be like, oh dude, I met this guy. This is Instagram. I follow him. You should follow him too. Bam.
Perfect. Now, when I'm setting up that booth, just to get like max like exposure, I've got a couple of banners and stuff that I can take with me. I've got like a law enforcement flag, American flag, and obviously just the booth itself. Do you reckon, like, what else do you think I can bring to kind of attract more people to the booth, like kind of shock them? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So are you allowed to wear your uniform anymore?
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Do you have photos of you in your uniform?
Yeah.
Okay. So definitely big poster with a photo of you in the uniform for sure. Hands down. And then I would have a transformation banner with your best client transformation. And then I would say like the #1 fitness coach for law enforcement officers. Those are the 2 things that I would include for sure.
Banner made with the transformations, and then put
#1 fitness coach for law enforcement officers. And then I would have a QR code that scans to follow you on Instagram.
That would be on the banner as well?
100%. Yes.
Perfect. All right. And then last question for you, brother. So I've got a couple of good connections with other people in law enforcement. One of them, it's a company called BJJ Cops, who trains brilliant Brazilian jiu-jitsu all over the nation for cops. He kind of goes around and does different seminars. I've actually collabed with him on one of them that he did a couple of years ago as well. And then I've got one person who's got a really big platform where he like connects like the civilians and general public with law enforcement, kind of meshing the two, so we don't have that, you know, that bad blood between each of you. And then he's also running for governor of California as well. And then I've got another person who runs another, he's just got another big audience in the law enforcement community. How do you recommend me kind of doing more stuff with them, collabing with them, kind of just, I feel like I have those connections and I'm not using them. So I kind of want to just maximize that.
How can you bring value to them is the question you should be asking yourself.
I mean, to them personally or to their audience?
Ding, their audience.
For the jiu-jitsu guy, I can definitely write out like a specific jiu-jitsu law enforcement program that I can maybe just shoot him like, hey, give this to have your people at your seminar scan this QR code and give them a free like program type deal.
Yep.
I don't know how I would really connect with the other 2.
That's something to sit down and consider.
Okay.
That's how you would collab with them. You need to figure out how you can add value to their life.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. And then making that initial spark, should I like start chopping it up with them like casually throughout the next couple of weeks, month or whatever, before I kind of...
Why don't you just message them and be like, yo, let's hop on a call. It'd be like, I love you. Just, yo, what's your number? Just ask for their number and then hop on a call with them and just ask them, how can I add value to your life? You know, I love your da. Ask them.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. That's all I got for you today, brother.
Okay, bro. Peace out. Appreciate you.
All right, man. All right, peace.
Aaron, what's up, bro? Tell me some wins.
Hi, Brian. Hey, so my first win today is that talking to you. It's the first time here in the chat, so I'm really appreciate it. We closed 2 clients this week, and I have a third call tomorrow, or I don't know, Friday? No, Saturday? I don't know. I forgot. Anyways, third one. And so my question is, it's just for you, it's like the 2 of us, so me and Martin, we joined the program in like July. And before we joined the program, we had like some like an upsell, like a mastermind, our master class that we started implementing, and it's like the 4th time we're doing it. And so my question is, do you think we should enhance or focus on this masterclass that we have for our clients, because some of them, they keep coming again, the same ones? Or do you think we should focus on the main coaching program, since we just started implementing all the content and the nurturing going on, stuff like that?
How much revenue do you generate from the masterclass?
That's a good question. Is honestly, The first two ones we actually had to pay ourselves because we were like try and error kind of thing. But the last one, it generated just the profit margin was not very high. But we just gave a lot of value, and we have like two like mansions that are like in the mountains somewhere in South Tyrol, like Italy, and so it's pretty cool. And what the clients pay, maybe that helps. They pay like 2,000 euros.
Yep. So they're in person.
Yeah, that's in person. Yeah. So
understood.
so they buy themselves in, and then we meet at that place in northern Italy, and then we have the 1 week.
Yep.
Where we like teach all this stuff about like rehabbing and mindset and psychology as well, which is not our selling point. Our avatar is a very skinny high performer who wants to put on muscle. That's what we defined since we started working with you guys. So
how many clients did you sign from the last one? Like how many clients signed up for it?
For the last one, that was the one that didn't go so well. I think we were like 6 or something, but the one that went well was like I think 10 or 11 or something. And this time we're also going for 11, 12, something like that.
Okay. And a lot of your clients end up coming up to this. How frequently do you do these?
Like 3 to 4 times a year. We just started as we just wanted to try it out, you know.
Yep. Well, first things first is I think they're fucking cool. So if you're already doing them, I definitely think they're cool. I think that most people don't get into events until they're, sitting around like $25,000, $30,000 a month. So if you guys are already doing them, I think that's sweet. My thought process around it is if you make them too available, it's hard to sell them out.
Okay.
So like so for us, we do like an event called the Elite Mansion Mastermind, Aaron, but we do it once, sometimes twice a year. And because we do it once, sometimes twice a year, it's really easy to sell out because we only have 25 spots. And once the 25 spots are sold, they're sold, they're gone. And so people know that, and it's really easy to sell out. And because of that, we can increase the price on it. We can, we can create a lot of urgency and scarcity around it. So I think they're really important to do. When's your next one planned out for?
In like a couple of weeks, October 19th.
How many people do you have sold so far?
I think it's 9 or 10.
Okay, perfect. So here's what I would do if I had your business is I would do the next one. I would try to get 15 because if you get 10, you're probably going to break even or do okay. Let's get 15. Like, why do we not get 15? Like 15 is 30 grand. That's worth it for sure. And then at this one, what I would tell them is I would let them know like, hey, just so you guys know, this is going to be the last event until March of next year because our business is getting busier and we're going to be selling out. If you want to put down a deposit now for the next one in March of next year, a $500 Euro deposit will secure your spot. You can say that at the end. Now you pre-sold 5 to 6 people for the event next year. And then we focus for the next 6 months on building your online coaching business.
Okay, I see. So it's making them put down the deposit at that event that when we are at spot.
At the very end. Yep.
Okay. At the very end of the event.
At the very end of the event, once they've gotten a ton of value, they love it, they're about to go home, bam.
Okay.
I think that's cool, bro. I like that you guys are doing that. That's dope.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome. I thought you were talking about like a masterclass you're hosting online. It's cool that you're doing it in person.
No, it's in person. It's really amazing. I love it. By the way, I bought your book and pre-ordered, better said.
Thank you.
And congrats for the baby, man.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate that.
All right. Thanks a lot, Brian.
Tell Martin I say hi. Thanks for coming on the call, bro.
Yes, of course.
Okay,
thanks.
Peace out. Kettlebell King, what's up?
What's up? How we doing?
Good, bro. Tell me some wins.
So my win is in a week and a half. I'm gonna have my first in-person event, and so far we got about 10 people flying in to Miami from all over the country. So it feels good. It feels good that they're coming through. And my questions are about that. So I have a whole weekend planned out. The main day is Saturday. So we're gonna do a workout, do a little workshop, like 2 hours at the gym. Then we're going to the conference room, and then we're gonna do catered lunch. And then I have a couple of things that I know I want to do. I just want to know what should come first, what should come after. So for sure, I'm going to have a videographer and I want to get testimonials from everybody, like a little one-on-one interview. I also want to do kind of like talk about our mantra for our program, which is habits over feelings, and then tie that down to kind of like my story of how I gave up all my vices to kind of like go all in to grow this online business. I also want to do a goal setting thing for all of them, go through the 4 pillars of life, and then set goals for all of that, have them share their commitments on that, and also talk about like life after fat loss, why strength training is so important for longevity and all of that, because that's something all my clients really resonate with. And yeah, so I don't know.
Story first, get emotional buy-in. Training second on the habits of fat loss. Goal setting third near the end of the event. Testimonials after everybody's gotten all the value and love you.
Okay, so leave the testimonials to the end, the one-on-one with the videographer, and asking them some questions.
And you would just tell them, yo, we're wrapping up, but nobody leave yet because I want to talk to all y'all. I want you guys to stick around, hang out, talk to each other, and I'm going to come up to every single one of you guys and ask you about your experience in the program. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming to the event. Boom.
Okay, so I should be the one interviewing them?
100% you should. Yes, no doubt in my mind. 100%.
Okay. All right. And do you recommend pitching in person, like, or having those conversations with people that are like kind of up for renewal or?
Yes, one-on-one, but I wouldn't do it. Like if this is your first event, you don't want to pitch in public for your first event, in my opinion. You just want to build value and build community. And then the people that are up for renewal, I would just have a private conversation with them one-on-one. And you could do that with a voice note over the DM, like, once they leave the event. So I wouldn't do it in public for your first event. We didn't pitch for our first 3 events, bro. We just wanted to build the value, build the community.
Yeah, because I have a client that this is a funny story. He only committed for 2 months because he actually has an in-person trainer, but he's away for 2 months visiting his mom. So then I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And I know he wants to keep on going. And I think we're gonna meet up the day before because he's gonna be here already. So we might kind of like hang out, get a lift in. So I was thinking about just,
bring it up to the men, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. One last thing. One of my clients, he's bringing his wife, which she's not part of the program, but she's lost a bunch of weight as well. And I was thinking of maybe talking to him also in person, that if she wants to kind of give him some type of deal. Right now, he did the yearly at $350 a month. So I don't know what would be a good price to kind of like add on the wife or offer.
Both of them for 600.
Both of them for 600. Okay. All right. Sounds good, man. Thank you.
Love you long time.
Yes, sir. Me too.
Peace. Me love me too. What's up, Daniel? Tell me some wins, bro.
What's up, Brian? New lead funnels back in action now. So got like 100 new followers in the past 48 hours with spending 10 USD a day, man. So that's wicked. 30% freaking response rate. So
30% response rate. If we fucking like that, bro, we want to spend more money on that.
Yeah, mate. That's it. All right. I'm at a point where I know I need a community. I've got like 25 people I'm coaching now. Here's my question for you. I got recommended to do a WhatsApp group because guys
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Why do you have no shit on your fucking walls?
Oh, dude, this is Europe, man. This isn't my house.
I was like, decorate your fucking house, Daniel. What the fuck? You're making $15,000 a month, bro. Sorry, continue.
No, it's a shitty rental. So I got told that WhatsApp was better for guys. Yeah. The only thing I have is, as much as I only do guys, I have got 5 women in the program. Now, if I add them in WhatsApp, I'm pretty sure all their numbers are going to be shown. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's going to make it uncomfortable for the ladies in it, or how do you play that situation? Because they obviously should get the same value.
Yeah. Do you have Trainerize or EverFit?
Nah. I'm thinking about swapping to EverFit. I'm using freaking Kahunas, and the community aspect is rubbish.
Okay. Well, you like at the end of the day, like I'm in multiple different programs that have WhatsApp groups or Telegram groups. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's that big of a deal to have men and women in the same community. And I think you just set the tone for the community. So like, we're here to support each other's fitness journey. You guys are all crushing it inside of the coaching program. So I want everyone to introduce themselves in the community and then just send everyone a personal message like, hey, I wanted you to be able to meet some of the other people that are on this fitness journey with you. The community is incredible. Everyone's super supportive. Go introduce yourself in the chat and say hi.
Okay, that's it. So don't have to stress about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't stress.
All right, man. Cool. And with now it's time to do I do the coaching, the check-in calls at the end of the week. I got recommended to do like a Q&A sort of thing earlier in the week to give them a bit more value and to take pressure off the check-ins.
Yep.
Do I send a message to? How do I kind of introduce that in the program? Because
introduce that with the fucking group chat rollout.
Yeah.
So that group chat rollout, and then you're like, also, fun fact, we're going to be rolling out group coaching calls so that you have an opportunity to come ask me questions once a week. And it's going to be this time at this time PST. And I'm going to be sending the link in the group chat. So make sure you go introduce yourself. And the first group call is going to be XYZ time at XYZ date.
Look at done. The man. Thanks, man.
Now there's a reason to engage in the group chat.
That's it. Legend, mate. Thank you,
bro. I appreciate you. We'll talk soon.
Cheers, man.
Q Rush, what's up, bro? Tell me some wins.
What's up? Wins. What's up, B Mark? So 2 weeks ago, you told me to go into tweaker mode. So I had a little drought. I didn't have any calls, but for like 3 weeks prior to that, the last 2 weeks, I had 9 calls. I closed 5 of them. So about 50%, a little low for me. I'm usually around 70%, but I think honestly, I felt a little fucking rusty after not having a call for like 3 or 4 weeks. So feel good though. 4 or 5 new clients after a drought was much needed.
What a fucking stud, bro. You know, you just had to focus and get shit done. Here you are, Q Rush. What a stud. Proud of you, bro.
Appreciate that. So here's the flip side of that. The reason why I feel like I went into that drought is because I was focusing on my retention. I was trying to fix my onboarding, all these type of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I heard you say to a couple people, including myself, like, whatever is your biggest focus or bottleneck, focus on that in the morning, something along that lines.
Mm-hmm.
So signed those 4 or 5 clients, right? Lost 3 clients for various reasons. One was with me for 3 years. So that's kind of like she graduated, you know. The other person, husband lost his job, one income coming in. So I get that shit happens. But when it's all said and done, I'm still been stuck between 20 and 25 clients pretty much all year.
Mm-hmm.
So when client retention and client acquisition are both the number one focus, well, how do you think I should be organizing my days a little bit right now? Because I feel like that's my problem is I focus too much on one or the other, and then one starts to slip.
Mm-hmm. So there's different types of retention issues, right? So I'll tell you guys when you'll know if you have a retention issue, okay? Because just because you have a client leave your program doesn't mean you have a retention issue. Especially like a client graduates your program after 3 years. That's not a retention issue. That's you did your job. Client leaves your program because, you know, their husband lost their job. It's not a retention issue. You're just kind of like, you know, shitty situation. If 3 clients left your program in a week and they all said, you fucking suck, or like, you didn't get back to my check-in on time, or like, I don't get any value from the community, that to me is a retention issue. You know what I'm saying? So retention issue is subjective and it doesn't necessarily always relate to the number, especially if you can look at the people that left and you're like, oh, I actually did a really good job with these people. So in my opinion, you don't have a retention issue. This is just a natural part of business. So the way that I view this, Q Rush, is like 9 calls. There's September, October, November, December. So there's 3 months, 3 times 4 weeks. Plus there's 2 more weeks in this month. So there's 14 more weeks left in the year. So you booked 9 calls in the last 2 weeks, correct?
Yeah.
14 times 5. Let's say you do that for the rest of the year. That's 70 calls. Let's say you're closing at 50%. Let's say you suck. That's 35 new clients by the end of the year. Let's divide that by 4 months. That's 8 new clients a month. And then let's plus 22. So that's 30 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. And let's say you lost 2 clients a month. So 2, 4, 6, 8 minus, we'll say minus 8.
8, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So all you got to do is keep doing what you're doing is what I'm saying.
No, for sure. And I agree with that. I guess that's my thing. It's like the 2 or 3 I just left, I'm not stressing that. That's not even what the question was. It was more of a looking at my last 6 months and realizing that it's been signing a couple. Then obviously I went a little bit of a drought.
Wait. Fuck the last 6 months, okay? Fuck the last 6 months, right in the face. Focus on the last 2 weeks. If you do what you just did for the last 2 weeks, for the next 14 weeks, you'll be at 46 clients by the end of the year. That's why that's why I wanted to show you this.
Mm-hmm.
If you just do what you just did for 2 weeks, for the next 14 weeks, you'll be at 46 clients by the end of the year. If I had your business, Q, the only thing that I would be focusing on is how the fuck do I make sure that I keep booking 5 calls a week, and every part of my attention and energy would be focusing on that. I'd have a boosted post that was targeting my ideal client that was ideally bringing in 100 to 150 new followers a day that were my ideal client. That would be the first thing I'd try to solve. I would make sure my DM process was 100% dialed in. I'd make sure that I'm closing at the highest possible rate. Those are the only things that I'll focus on if I were you as a primary focus. You don't have a retention plus an acquisition problem. In fact, you don't have either right now. You just had 3 clients leave because of fucking random situations and circumstances. You don't even have an acquisition problem anymore because you just fixed that. So just keep doing what you're doing for the next 14 weeks. And by the end of the year, you're going to be at 40 plus clients.
I like that. And my goal was 40 for the year.
Hey, there we go.
I would exceed my goal. All right, cool. I guess I needed to hear that a little bit. It was one of those like, fuck, like I felt like I was on my shit and I'm still
You are
almost
on your shit. You are.
and I feel like
Yeah.
shit on top of that and I'm still showing up. So appreciate that. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
I'm on it. I'm not stopping.
All right, bet. Good to see you, bro. Peace. Fernandez, Calisthenics King. What's up? Tell me some wins, bro.
What's up, Brian? I guess win would be that the new content style from the stuff I shot in Canada with like coaching other people live is definitely doing well. I'm getting a lot of DMs about people resonating with that. So that's good. Last couple of weeks, honestly, I've been a little bit off mentally. I noticed, my question for you is like, I noticed the last time I had a record month as well, I like the kind of month after that was pretty slow. I went like 10K and then I went like, I think 6.5K, then I went 12.5K. And then this month I've only signed one client so far. And I feel like, I don't know, man, I would love to ask, do you feel like there are any kind of like mindset-based exercises or something that you would give to somebody who's kind of like maybe kind of upper limiting themselves or kind of falling out of momentum? I fully feel I'm just doing it to myself.
So like the way that I like to see this, bro, is like I always like to zoom. Actually, do you ever Stripe on your phone right now?
Yeah.
Okay, do me a favor and pull up your Stripe. You don't have to tell me the numbers. Just pull up your Stripe. This is what
No,
I do.
I'm happy to share.
So I just go to quarter to date, month to date.
Mm-hmm.
And you see those fucking ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs.
Yeah.
That's business, bro. Business is a cycle of like ups and downs. That's all it is. That's all business is like you have to learn how to detach yourself from those ups and downs. You have to. It's so important. That's a mindset piece. Is like, even if you think about any sort of stock, whether that's Tesla stock, Apple stock, whatever, it's never a straight line up. It's peak and then dip, peak, and then dip, peak, then dip. Like that's business too, you know? Business, if anybody has the recipe for a rocket ship straight to the moon, I would fucking love that. Okay. Fucking sign me up for that. Teach me something that I don't know. Yeah. So I had a client, Maureen, and she hit $100,000 like 4 months ago. And the first call that we had after she had 100,000, she's like, I have no fucking idea how I'm going to do that again. And I'm literally so stressed out. I can't even think straight. And I said to Maureen, I was like, don't focus on hitting 100K again. Okay. That's not the focus. Like 100K can be the goal. So for you, 10K is the goal. But then we need to break down 10K into the action steps that need to happen in order to hit 10K. So if we think of what's your recurring right now?
9.5K or 9.8.
Your recurring is 9.8K. So you're going to hit 10K fucking even if you
100%.
If you blink wrong, you'll hit 10K. Okay. So all right. So what I'm saying, so like if your goal is, let's say your goal is to hit, 13K this month, 13K.
Oh, okay. This month, sure, let's say 50, let's say 13.
Okay, so like, you want to say? Did you say 15? You want to hit 15?
Yeah.
Okay, then fuck what I said about 13. Your goal is 15. Okay, so if you need to hit 15K right now, you're 9K. Let's just do the math. How much is your program?
2,200 for 16 weeks.
15,000 minus 9,000 is we need to generate $6,000 in revenue. What's your paid in full? 2,200. What's your monthly?
It's 550. I'm only selling monthlies right now because I'm just trying to grow my recurring and just.
Oh, you're only selling monthlies.
I only pitch PIFs if people ask to do it because I want that sweet recurring. So
all right. So divided by 550, that means we need to acquire 10 more clients. And we've got 13 days to acquire 10 more clients. Okay. So if we want to acquire, by the way, if you want my opinion, I would probably sell 5 more clients, then I'd sell paid in full. Bam, we're at 15K. Okay. I digress. So what's your closing percentage right now?
65%.
Wow. So we need to book 16 calls in order to sell 10 new clients. And we have 16 days, or we have 13 days to do that. So divided by 13. We need to book 1 call per day for the next 13 days in order to hit our goal of 15K. And that's only if you sell monthlies. How many calls are you booking per day right now?
I'm booking about 3 a week.
3 a week. So the only focus that I would have if I had your business is getting your business to a point where you're booking 1 call a day. So then you're asking yourself, like, what do I need to do to get myself to book 1 call per day? And that's literally the problem that you obsess about. You don't think about 15K. You don't think about like whether or not you're going to hit your income goal. The only focus that you have for the next 30 to 60 days is getting your business to a place where you're booking 1 call per day every day.
Okay.
It's like the mindset piece is like not to attach yourself to the ups and downs in the business, but like the logical brain in me is like focus on the activities that are going to get you to the income goals. Does that make sense?
That makes complete sense, dude. And I booked about 5 calls a week for the 2 weeks last month, and I was just fucking sending more DMs. So I was just filling top of the funnel more. So I think it's just about fucking just getting back to that. You know?
And like that's, by the way, the same that advice that I gave to Maureen, she hit 100K the next month and she wasn't focused on it because we just broke down the activities that would get her to 100K. We broke down the numbers that she would need to hit on a daily basis in order to get to her goals, and she ended up getting to her goals. So don't stress about the outcome or the target that you're trying to acquire. Think about the target you're trying to acquire and then systematically break it down into what you need to do every single day and then focus on hitting those metrics on a daily basis.
Copy that, bro. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro. Talk soon. Peace out. Hello, Courtney Murphy. Welcome back.
Hello.
How
Okay,
are
so
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Amazing. Tell me some wins.
Well, how many days till Kirsten's due date? Is she past it or?
She is October 6th, but she literally could have the baby at any moment right now.
Oh
Like
my God,
she's not allowed to go work out or go for walks anymore because her contractions are serious, and we're trying to keep the baby until at least next week.
Oh my God, that's so exciting now. All right, so my win is I am on my first ever pod chats, and actually being here and seeing everyone is a completely fucking different experience. Like, so I want to tell you a funny story first. Like, before anything though, even getting back into the videos, I'm like, it's slapping me in the face. I'm like, I'm not getting any value. I'm doing all connection. Like, I was fucking up. So I'm like, I'm so happy. And even like, I'm a week and a half in, and I'm getting so many DMs, paragraphs again. Like, I love your content. I'm loving what you're saying. And I'm like, oh my God. So just being back is like, I have such a different perspective, but I want to tell you why I am back because it's very funny and it's important.
I love it.
So I am a teen mom. Well, I was a teen mom. I had my son at 16, similar to your wife.
Yep.
And we were listening to podcasts. My kids know your voice. They know everything, like on the way to school all the time. And he's like, why have you never been on here? He straight up asked me that. He's like, because they don't even want to listen to it half the time. And I'm like, we're listening. Like, this is, my morning routine.
Yeah.
And he's like, why have you never asked anything on here? And I literally had to say, I was like, maybe I was shy. I like tried to like cover it up. I was like, oh my God. He's like, your business would probably be doing way better and you'd be making more money if you did. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I was like, this is like this is the role I'm going to play. Like, he's going to look at me and be like, you're not even doing what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? And I was like, holy shit, a 15-year-old just called me out and put me in my place. So that was that. Yeah.
I love that.
They will humble you.
What's your son's name? What's your son's name?
Jaden.
Jaden, you're a smart boy.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So I'm already seeing things of like him having an entrepreneurial mindset. Like, he's flipping shoes. He's making like over $1,000. And I'm like, what the fuck? You're, 15 years old. So I need to be a fucking role model, right? Yes, like that is my job. So
I love it. Also, I want to give a piece of advice. So Jaden, you're listening to this. If you are flipping shoes right now, selling $1,000, bro, keep doing that. Like, keep chasing that entrepreneurial spirit. If there's something in you or like you see a money-making opportunity, take it, especially at your age. If you're doing that at 16 years old, bro, by the time you get to my age, I'm old balls. I'm like 33 years old, bro. Like, you could lap me by the time you get to my age. I didn't start doing that stuff until I was like 25, 26. So keep doing your thing, bro.
Yeah, 100%. I love that. And so with my questions, okay, first things first, I know I need to get into the content more. I'm watching all the modules. Everyone is fucking hitting, like I said, slapping me in the face. I need to focus on value 100%. That's what I think my main issue is. I was doing a lot of connection.
Yep.
So I'm going to Toronto tomorrow because that's where my boyfriend lives. One of my clients, is going there, and I'm going to meet her there. I want to do like a bunch of value content, like form stuff, mic'd up content.
Yep.
And I'm excited for that.
Yep.
But I have a question for you. So I've only ever boosted one post. It was back in like April, because my boyfriend did like a mentorship where he learned all about fucking ads. I didn't know anything about that, to be honest. I had to make a whole fucking different Facebook because I guess I was banned. It was bullshit.
Yeah.
But I didn't know anything about it. So I'm like, should I be focusing on ads? Because what my mind is telling me is that I need to focus on making better content first before I boost anything, because I've had several videos go viral, but I'm still not at 10K followers. So people are watching my shit, but they're not liking me enough to follow me because I'm not giving content. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I think the answer is, I'm going to backtrack for a second. We need to ask ourselves like what the purpose of boosted posts is. The purpose of boosted posts would be to generate enough conversations for you to be able to book the amount of sales calls that you want to book. So to backtrack for 1 second, you said you're getting a bunch of DMs right now. Like, how many sales calls are you booking per week?
So this week I only have one book. That's my issue. Is like, I feel like, and this is probably a limiting belief, I feel like I'm not putting any deposits, so I'm afraid to ask because
What are you talking about?
I know.
What are you talking about?
I know. I had a call with Janelle and she was telling me like how many times I need to be doing CTAs. And even my boyfriend's like, you never fucking ask. Like, whenever I ask, I get calls, but I don't know. I have this limiting belief with like asking if I'm not.
What are you talking about?
I know.
What are you fucking talking about? You sound like you're speaking German.
I know.
You're speaking German. Okay, so here's an example. When you reached out to me about the mastermind again, I just straight up fucking asked. I just straight up was like, yo, you want to join the program again? You're like, yep. what if I was just like friendly and polite in that conversation? I'm like, how you doing? How's your day going? Like, what's going on over there? Like, what's the weather like in Toronto? Like, that's so dope. Like, how's your business doing? That's so cool. I love that your business is doing great. Cool. Keep it up.
Yeah.
That's amazing. The fuck,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It's like
You're right.
you've got girls in your audience that see your transformation and they would love to have a physique like you have. And you're not asking them if they want to get a physique like you have. Are you fucking crazy?
I
You
know.
know how
Yeah,
many
you're
women would love to go through a transformation that you've gone through that would love to have the physique that you have? You know how many people would love that and you're not giving that to them? Shame on you, Courtney.
I know.
Shame on
Okay.
you. So
Okay.
to backtrack the conversation, should you focus on ads? No. So
Okay.
right now, it's not a right now thing. And the reason
Yeah.
it's not a right now thing is the purpose of running any sort of boosted post or advertisement would be so that we could generate enough conversations in order to book calls that we want to book. Because like I'm a big believer, like I don't give a fuck how many followers you have. If you have an audience where people are messaging you and DMing you and following and engaging with your stuff, and you're able to book 5 to 10 calls a week from your audience, and like sometimes you never even need to turn on ads. The only time you turn on ads is if you couldn't generate enough interest from the audience that you already have to book the sales calls that you want to book. That's my opinion. So right now, I think the 2 focuses that you should have would be number 1, content. Number 2, you need to focus on asking more. So like there's a module inside of Content Mastery that's like the CTA schedule. I want you to start following that religiously. And that should be the minimum, because with your transformation, literally you just saying like, the next time you post one of your transformation photos, literally just saying like, hey, if you're like a woman that's watching this that would like to go through a transformation like I went through, just DM me the word tone and I'll, whatever your keyword is, and let's have a conversation about your fitness journey.
Yeah. Okay. That is so helpful. And that is,
and the girls that are in your DMs, I'm going to end it. The girls that are DMs that are sending you like, oh, I love your stuff. I resonate with you, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yo, thanks so much for reaching out. Like, like, how's your fitness journey been going? Oh, it's been sucking. I've been, I have no idea what to eat, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Mind if I ask a couple of questions up to see if I can help? Bam.
So my issue is sometimes it's not about that. So yesterday I actually posted a story. I won't go fully into it because it's whatever, but it was a more mindset one. And that's why I don't know her name, because I'm getting to know everyone. I think it's Jida.
Yeah.
It was my exact question. I'm like, she's fucking reading my brain, because that's what was happening. So it was basically about how if you have someone who believes in you, it will completely change your life. And talking about like how I was a teen mom, I was in foster care, I was homeless, you know what I mean? And it started from high school. And then I kind of transitioned it into like my first boss, how he told me I have entrepreneur mind and like I'm too good for corporate America, blah, 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 right? But then I transitioned it into weight loss. And I was like, what if someone came to me struggling and they were like, yeah, I'm really busy, I'm a mom, blah, blah. And I was just like, stay fat, right? So that's like how I kind of worded it, and like saying like, that's why it's so important to have a coach or a mentor that believes in you. And that was what was provoking the conversations. And they're just saying like how much of an inspiration I am. And they love what I say, but I'm like, how do I turn that into like, so how's your fitness journey?
All you have to do is be like, so like out of curiosity, do you have a coach or a mentor that believes in you?
No.
And they're like, no. And they're like, I'll be that for you. And they're like, really? You're like, yeah. Like, tell me about your fitness journey. Like, what's going on? Bam.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So like what I try to do, Court, is I'm trying to like, if there's something that like, let's say you're doing something about mindset, like discipline or consistency or self-love or whatever, literally you just ask a question about the thing. So you're like, how do you feel like, for you specifically with your discipline, like, how do you feel like you're showing up like in your fitness journey? And they're like, I'm not disciplined at all in my fitness journey. And you're like, oh, what do you mean by that? They're like, I haven't gone to the gym in the last 3 years. Oh, you're like, oh, is that because you don't want to go to the gym, or because you just like struggle to get yourself there? I struggle to get myself there. Oh, okay. Well, mind if I ask a couple of questions and see if I can help? Bam.
Cool. Yeah. I've been doing voice notes too, which I think is better, because I feel like they're getting to know me. And I'm like, why the fuck have I not been doing that? And I saw
agree,
your story about it.
But I guarantee when you're doing that voice notes, you're being all polite and friendly. You're not asking anything. Guaranteed. 100%.
Okay.
If I listen to those voice notes, guaranteed you're not gearing that conversation towards fitness. Guaranteed.
Yeah, my boyfriend's gonna listen to this and be like, I fucking told you. I'm like, shut up. He asks way more than me, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll ask more.
Yeah, you need to listen to
All
him,
right?
right? It's so funny.
I need to listen to you too, though.
Sometimes, well, actually, Kirsten actually asked me for business coaching 6 months ago, and since then I've been business coaching her. But like I would tell her this type of stuff, and she would never listen. Then she'd like hear it on like an Instagram reel, and she'd be like, oh my God. I'm like, I told you to do that. But now she actually listens, so it's funny.
Yeah. We struggle a little bit,
Yeah.
but then we eventually do. But no, that was super helpful. But honestly, I am just so happy to be back. Like getting out of my comfort zone and asking in front of everyone and not being fucking afraid is going to change my life. So
I agree. Keep showing up every single week. I guarantee you in 6 months, your business is going to go.
Yeah,
it's going to go
you so much.
A lot faster, but in 6 months, you're going to look back on this conversation and be like, damn, I'm glad I started showing up every day.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you.
Cool. Appreciate you, Court. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Felix, what up, King? Tell me some wins.
Hey, yeah, man. Let's see. So I got like a new client who.
Wait. Pause. Are you excited for Isabella?
Yeah, that's another win. I'm telling you, man. Like I told her, like I was like, listen, it's gonna happen. It's a matter of time, and yeah, we were just celebrating that earlier. That's also another win.
Just so everyone's aware, Felix's girl Isabella came up to me at the event, and she's like, "I want to work on your team, and I want to be on your team." And I'm like, "You need to start at the bottom, and like you're gonna be doing like some grunt work, for lack of a better term." And she's like, "I'll do it." And she's been doing it for the last 45 days, and she's one of the most hungry people on the team. So I just gave her an opportunity to be an appointment or a phone closer. So.
Oh yeah, I'm just letting you know. Like, truthfully, she kind of helped in the closing process for me before getting to you.
She's pretty confident, bro. She's doing pretty good so far. I'm like, I think you got something. Yeah.
No, she's really good. Like, and I definitely believe she has a lot of potential with you guys. So I'm excited.
I believe too, bro. How can I be of service to you, Felix?
Man, so I kind of wanted to talk a little bit more about my community, because I wanted to try to, I guess, make it more engaging for everybody. Yep. Right now I have about 25 clients, and I'm struggling between trying to, this was a suggestion, but that was given to me by one of my clients, just and that client's like a friend of mine, so it's fine. But he was mentioning that I should separate groups into two different groups, like my community. That way that there's more people, like more room for engagement, more space for people to talk about things that kind of relate to their age group, between like 25, like the 20s, guys in their 20s, and then guys in their 30s, rather than like bringing them together. But at the same time, I'm not sure if that's going to be helpful or harmful to the community as a whole.
Yeah. You don't want to change your entire business based off of one suggestion that a client makes. That's what I'll say. Because like I have clients give me suggestions all the time, and I'm like, thank you so much for your suggestion. Unless it's like an overwhelming majority of clients come to me and make a suggestion, then I'm like, okay, maybe I'll listen. But if one person says something, I don't want to make a change. My perspective is that separating the community is a bad idea for two reasons. One is it's going to make it harder to get engagement in the group, because you have to work twice as hard to get the same engagement. What I mean by that is, let's say like Jonathan is in group 1, and Jonathan makes a post about how grateful he is about how you changed his life. Sarah in group 2 is not going to see that. So like that's a problem. Not to mention, like everybody in group 2 is not going to see anything from group 1. So if group 1's popping and group 2's not, now you just solved half the problem, but now you have to work twice as hard to solve both problems. I think it's just a bad call in general. I wouldn't do it.
Okay. So I guess keeping in the same community. Now, the thing about the coaching calls that I have with the team, I've been assigning them more homework afterwards, so they have more actionable steps, of course, celebrating wins. I guess, how do I get them to open up more? Because I feel like that's something that I'm struggling with. Like, what's a good, like, I guess, exercise I can do so they can start to talk more?
Depends. Well, are your group coaching calls like this, or like how are you running your group coaching calls?
Yeah, just like this, like on Zoom, everyone hops on. We go over wins. We ask, like, I go over check-ins. If there's anything that's alarming, I bring that up to everybody. And if there's any questions, we go with questions. And at the very end of it, I assign everyone homework.
Is there any sort of training that you do in your community?
So a lot of that usually would happen like in the onboarding stages, which is also because I have some veterans who've been with me for years, and they already know all the basics.
Can I make a suggestion? Mm-hmm. So this is something that we did to increase engagement in one of my clients' $1 million mastermind calls. Is take all your check-ins, plug them into, go to something. Guys, I want you to Google Manus AI. Manus AI. So take all your check-ins, plug it into Manus AI, and ask it what the most common struggle is. Okay. And then once you get the most common struggle from all your check-ins, then you can get Manus to help you come up with the training. I'm going to give you guys another hack. All right. Write this down. It's called Whisper Flow. I want to show you guys something crazy. This is my hack, bro. I'm giving you, I just shared my passwords. That's hilarious. Good thing this is on the podcast. Okay. So there's, I always do that. It's so stupid. I'm always screen sharing. I'm like, there's all my passwords, idiot. Okay. So check this out. I just wanted to demonstrate to my clients the power of Whisper Flow, how fucking cool it is, how literally all you have to do is touch a button on your keyboard and it literally writes everything out for you. It's so sick. So then I'll go to Manus. Once I get the most common struggle, then I'll go to Manus and I'll use Whisper Flow and I'll be like, write me a training on mindset. What I'm going to be talking to my clients about today is how burning the boats is so fucking important. I want to talk about the specific story when I was in Bali and I had $0 in my bank account and I basically had to like find a way to make money or I was going to starve and die in Bali. I want you to highlight the importance of going all in on your goals. So what I'll do It's perfect too. There's like no punctuation. There's no errors. It's fucking, so it's called the app that you guys are going to download. By the way, this makes your work so much easier with everything. It's incredible. It's called Whisper Flow AI. And then you download an app to your computer and all of a sudden, bam. So I digress. Go to Manus, plug all your check-ins in, and then ask it to give you the most common struggle. Once it gives you the most common struggle, press a button on your keyboard and then start talking about the most common struggle. Ask Manus to write you a training. And then you can go to your clients with a training from Manus. You start with wins, you do a training, and then you leave questions open for like questions and Q&A. Because bro, I have clients that come to pod chats every single week that never ask questions. But it's like, that doesn't mean they're not getting value from the program. And it's not my responsibility to like go to each client and be like, I want you to open up more, you know, but they're going to open up in their own time. Now, if you have like a big container, right? Like the pod chats are like the 10K Mastermind's a big container. So there's going to be enough people that engage with the call to make it valuable. But if you have a small container, AKA 25 people, and let's say 7 people show up, you can't count on every single person to engage in the container. And if only 2 people ask questions or open up, then, you know, they're not going to get value. Maybe the other people don't show up. So what you want to do is you want to come preloaded with value based off of what everybody's struggling with. And then you can open up for questions and Q&A. So you just need to change the way that you're delivering the value. Does that make sense?
Okay, cool. So basically incorporate a training ahead of time.
Yeah, like a 15-minute training. So like start with wins, 15-minute training, questions, Q&A, da-da-da.
Okay, perfect. And then the other thing was, so habits. Aside from the training, that's right. But incorporating mindset coaching and habits. So I'm trying to make my next challenge be geared towards like almost as if like I'm launching a new feature in my program, like actually incorporating like habit tracking, especially because I have like 3 of my clients who recently just came in. They all came from like AA, like Alcoholics Anonymous, and they're struggling with alcoholism and substance abuse and, you know, that kind of stuff. But I wanted to make that as part of a challenge, like, okay, like maybe, you know, like sober for like a dry month, right? And just locking in for like maybe doing a 4-week challenge. But I wanted to kind of see how would you go about the delivery of integrating habit coaching, and like what kind of is it just like really just like habit tracking, or should I incorporate a program?
I think that like the fitness program and what you're trying to do is like a side thing, you know? So it's like, and the reason I think it would have to be a side thing is because not everybody's going to want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So if you make it like a part of the program, like you have to do it. And then there's 4 people that love drinking wine on Fridays, then they're like, fuck you, you know? So like, I would say 2 things. One is make it like an optional thing that people can choose to engage with. And then anybody that had the optional thing that chose to engage with it, I would just add those habits to their trainerize. Or they could, I think that's too much work. I think that the way that I would do it is I would have a self accountability challenge. And so maybe there's like a $500 cash prize for somebody that completes all of dry October. And all they have to do to complete all of dry October is complete these 3 things. Thing number 1 is to go for a 10-minute walk every day. Thing number 2 is no alcohol. And thing number 3 is to post in the community at the end of the day that they completed that day. And it'd be like day 1 of 30, day 2 of 30, day 3 of 30. Then at the end, you would just look and see who completed all those things and you choose one winner.
Cool. Okay. I like that. And then, all right, I guess last question is, so when it comes to, because I realized like I feel like my closing, when it comes to like the present, I can't use a $1,000 script anymore. So I kind of like, I heard that there might be a new script that you might be pushing out, you know, Will Brady told me.
Who said that?
I heard a thing or 2.
What the fuck?
Just,
no pressure. I wasn't going to roll out a new script, but all right. I'll make some adjustments.
I definitely
Who fucking said that?
You know, well, so funny enough, I know who Austin Medlin is because we both work out in the same gym together in Tampa.
That's funny, bro. It's not a new script. I just need to teach you guys how to use it better.
Okay.
Yeah. Austin's a stud, but Austin and I, we align in a lot of things, but we have a couple of different philosophies. He doesn't believe in scripts. I do believe in scripts. All my team still uses scripts.
Yeah, no, it's funny enough.
Jasia, unfortunately, I can't post a replay because I fucking shared my passwords. So I can't do that. I'm so sorry. My bad. I'm going to do a little tutorial. Sorry, Felix, go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, no, I was mentioning that Isabella was going to work with him, but ended up coming to work with you guys. So
cool. Love that.
Yeah. Ended up coming full circle.
Love that.
Yeah, that's pretty much also. I guess just I'll be looking forward to any like revisions to that script if there's a new one. That would be helpful.
Friday will be sick. Use the script. Okay. My script is fucking fire. All right. It converts at a very high percentage. But I'll give you guys on Friday, I'll give you guys some value on how to convert better from the script. So I got you guys. Don't worry.
Cool. Sounds good.
Cool. All right, boys. Peace. Okay. So can you post a video replay so I can specifically see your passwords again? I really want to see your passwords. Yeah, I would love that too. Okay. So Manus. All right, let me give you guys a little tutorial. If you're on pod chats, this is why you need to come to pod chats so I can show you things. Okay. If you don't come to pod chats, it's your fault. If you listen to the podcast, you're in the Take Your Mastermind, you don't have pod chats, then boom. So I'm going to give you guys a tutorial. So this is an example of like our type form. So you could do this with your check-ins as well. So I can just download the CSV file. So that CSV file should be downloading right now, or I'll get an email notification when it is ready for download. Okay, there we go. And then I can go to Manus. I think it's Manus AI. There we go. When you go to Manus, what you're going to do is, this is really important as well. When you use Manus, you want to use agent mode. So this is Manus. This is agent mode. So the difference between Manus and ChatGPT, you guys, I talked about this in the Millionaire Mastermind. Manus is optimized for, it's not optimized for efficiency, where ChatGPT is optimized for efficiency. The difference is that ChatGPT is basically optimized to not read all of the documents and not read all the data that you upload, because every time it computes, it basically pulls money out of the founder's pocket. So it's optimized to be the most efficient. Manus actually uses a credit system. So with Manus, it's like a subscription. It's like $40 a month, I think, or something like that. And then you use credits. All right. So I have a certain amount of monthly credits, and it's not optimized for efficiency. It's optimized to do the best possible job, which basically means it's going to consume and read all of the data that you're giving it, and it's going to do the best possible job. So if I wanted to add from local files, I can just upload the responses from my type form as an example. And then I could just say like, give me the most common struggles from this type form that my ideal clients are experiencing. I just want you to list out the top 10 struggles that my clients are going through. So I can just upload the spreadsheet, and then it's going to give me the most common struggles. You guys can do this with your check-in responses. You guys can do this with anything. So this is what Manus is going to do. And then once Manus gives me the struggles, you guys could use this for a variety of different things. You could use this for content ideas. You guys could use this for trainings in your group. You guys could use this for anything. So Manus has like a little computer, and then it's just going to read through every single response in this. And then it's just going to give me a file with all the most common struggles. Manus also doesn't work as fast as ChatGPT because it actually takes the time to do the thing. So it does take some time, but this is how I create most of my trainings. This is also how I create all of my resources that I give away. This is like my little life hack, Manus plus Whisperflow. So yeah, now it's just reading everybody's struggles and then going to populate a document. So I'll show you once I answer Sarah's question. Sarah, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. How are you, Sarah? Tell me some wins. How much, before we start, what was your revenue at before you started with me, Sarah?
12,000.
What are we at now?
Now we're on the way to 22,000.
I love that for us. That's so good. In a month. It's a month and a half.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I started doing my first masterclass. I did my first one last Sunday, and I did exactly kind of what you already said. Is I basically took all of the problems from my check-ins from all my clients, and then I basically came out with like a schedule, kind of like y'all do, where like this week nutrition, maybe next week mindset. So out of 70 people, I had 4 people show up. So like, I don't know if it was just because it was my first one or what I needed. I posted in it in the 10K, and then I got a few different responses about like hyping it up, which I already do. And then also about I'm doing them too frequent, but I don't know.
Question, a follow-up question. So when you say masterclass, did you do a 4-day challenge, or was this like, what's your definition of masterclass? Because we might have different definitions. I just want to make sure I understand you correctly.
Just like a group call with my one-on-one clients.
Group call with your one-on-one clients.
Educational.
Understood. Okay. So that's good. So first things first, if it's your first call, that's normal, because your clients have no idea that it's going to be valuable, or it's going to, they have no idea. Like there's like no data to support this is actually going to be valuable or not. So that's the first thing. So don't get discouraged. That's the first thing. Second thing is, did we let every single client know about it individually?
Yes.
Okay. Did we mention it in the check-ins?
Yes.
Did we get confirmation from everybody that they would be, or some people that they would attend?
Maybe not confirmation. No.
Okay. So it's kind of like, the analogy I'll give you, Sarah, is if you're going to book a call with somebody in the DMs and you're like, yeah, go ahead and book him for your call here. And then you just send them a calendar link. That's not as effective as saying, yeah, go ahead and book him for your call here. Spots always fill up quick. Send me a screenshot and let me know what time you pick. Cool question mark? There's like an extra layer of accountability there. So that's the second thing. Third thing, and this is something that we could test that I think would be really effective, is instead of just having the call on Zoom where people can just show up, why don't we get people to schedule in for the next group call?
Okay.
So like make a Calendly event. It's like a group event, the group call. Did you have a theme or something you were teaching on in the group call, or was it just like a group coaching call?
No, it was the theme.
What was it called?
Nutrition, macros, and basically how to master tracking when you're eating at restaurants.
Oh, okay. So it sounds kind of boring. I'm just like, I'm thinking through the audience's lens. I'm not calling you boring and saying that you're boring, but I'm thinking through the audience's lens. That sounds boring. So like, how could you rename that title something that the audience would actually want? You could say something like, how to eat out and still lose body fat. How you can eat out at your favorite restaurants and still lose weight.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
That sounds significantly better than nutrition and macros and, eating out.
Right. I probably wouldn't get on that either.
That's what I'm saying. So like, we have to think through like the audience's lens. Is like, what would they actually want to attend? So backtracking now, going back to the calendar thing. Now, when we do the calendar invite, we name the calendar invite something that they would actually want to attend, like something that they'd be like, oh, that sounds fucking interesting. I need to be there. So that's the second thing. Third thing is, I think for the first month that we do master classes, we need to basically incentivize people to get there, because there's no excitement. There's no reason for them to be there. You're partnered with a bunch of companies, right? Like, are you sponsored by, like, are you like a Gymshark athlete or something like
that? First Form.
First Form. Okay, cool. Can you talk to First Form and see if there's any sort of like prize pack they would want to give back to your community, or like anything that they would want to do for your community?
Well, I mean, I have a monthly gift card from them, so I can probably just give them that.
Okay. So be like, so for the next month, here's what we're going to do for the next month. We're hosting a First Form giveaway. I'm giving away an XYZ dollar amount gift card to one client. All you have to do is show up to at least one masterclass in the next 4 weeks to qualify. The more masterclasses that you show up to, the more entries that you get for the thing. And the next masterclass is going to be on XYZ.
I love it.
So now give them like oh, cool. Now I'm going to learn something fucking sick. And if I show up, I could win some fucking shit. Cool. Now there's more reason to show up. So that creates excitement and hype around the thing. Then another thing that you can do that will increase engagement and incentivize people to show up is when people do show up and giving value, blah, blah, blah. I want you to post the people that are showing up on your Instagram stories. So be like, yo, I just want to give a huge shout out to my girls that showed up for today's masterclass. Today we're talking about blah, 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 and I'm super excited. Say hi, girls. What's going on? I love my community. It's so dope. Post it on your stories. Okay. Because then what's going to happen is the girls that didn't attend the masterclass are going to see that you're fucking talking to your clients and they're like, oh shit, like, what the hell? I missed that. Now you create fear of missing out. Another thing you can do is on the masterclass, even if there's only 5 girls, you encourage the girls to be like, hey, so something that I really want to do is like, first things first, thank you guys for showing up. The clients that show up get the best possible results, and they're the ones that like crush in the program. What I'd love for you guys to do is, can I get a commitment from all y'all ladies? Just a small commitment, okay? I'm not going to make you guys do anything crazy. Can I get a commitment? You have to say yes before I tell you. Okay, yes. Okay, good. I want you guys to go post in the community what your number one takeaway was from today's call. Let's even just everybody grab your phone and take a picture right now. Go post in the group and tell them what your number one takeaway was from today's call. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to read every single post and I'm going to leave a thoughtful response. I appreciate you, ladies. Hope you guys have the best day of your entire life. Thanks so much for showing up, and we'll see you next week. Next week, we're going to be talking about blah, 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 blah. The last thing to consider is the time that you do the masterclass. Because maybe you did the masterclass at a time that wasn't ideal for your clients, right? Maybe for you, you're like, I want to do it at 3 p.m. because 3 p.m. is the best time for me. But maybe a lot of your clients have like 9 to 5 jobs and they're all working. So that's just something to consider as well, as like, what's the ideal time for me to do it for my clients?
Okay. Makes sense.
Okay, cool. Was that helpful?
Yeah, that was it. That's all I needed.
Awesome. Hope you have the best day of your entire life. Thanks for being my client.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, guys. Peace, love, and protein. It's good to see some of your new faces on here. All right. Courtney Murphy, I see you. Love it. Good to see some of the OGs on here as well. Love seeing you guys. Love connecting with you. Thank you guys so much for being my clients. Hope you guys have the best day ever. And I'll see you guys on Friday for my masterclass on sales. Apparently, I got to fucking roll out a new script or some shit like that. Peace. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.